Hello to all prospective Math 20-1 students. My name is Bruno Castelli. I work for Palliser Beyond Borders. The course that you're about to embark on is actually a very well-designed course. It incorporates videos for lessons, and it also has the actual textbook unit chapters before every single unit. So if you were in a classroom, you would normally use that textbook. It's a McGraw-Hill publication, I do believe. And so if you prefer to do a little bit of reading, there's extra problems. There's a lot more practice questions that you can accomplish, which really that's what math is. Math is about doing. First off, I would like to point out something called the work plan, top left corner under important links. It's important that you maintain a certain pace so that you can complete the course within a reasonable time. Obviously, the longer it takes you, the more you're going to rely on your memory to remember all of the concepts that you're trying to accomplish. So if you click on the work plan, this page will open up. And I want you to please note there are no calendar dates under the date column A. These are actually week installments, and basically that's because you can start this course not in September only, as you would for most other schools, but you can start any month throughout the school year, actually even during the summer. So basically, after you've completed week 1, you should have this completed, Unit 1, Lessons 1, 2, 3, 4. So after week 2, and so on and so forth. And you need to pace yourself so that you can find a successful completion to the actual course. We will also be meeting at least once a week, if not maybe once every 2 weeks. And it's simply a matter of clicking on Bruno School. When you click on Bruno School, what happens is you are taken to a browser-based online classroom. To join, click on Join from Browser, type in your first name, and I would prefer you also print in your last name, because as it turns out, from my experience, there's a lot of students that have the same first name. And for me to distinguish when they come in, because sometimes their headset isn't working right away, and I don't know which quote unquote Braden it might actually be. So once you're in the room, we can actually do a face-to-face collaboration. Any problems you have or any concepts that I think you're having troubles with, we can discuss it at that time. So when you start, please start right here. There's a discussion forum I want you to participate in at least weekly. There's a glossary. You will come across lots of terms that you just don't quite understand what the term means. So what I want you to do is fill in a glossary term. It's very simple. If you just click on it, you will see that. And by the way, I've deleted all of the terms, and I've only added one, and that's transformations. And it's up to the students to actually complete the subsequent glossaries. So I want you to at least 5 to 10 terms a week, just add them to the glossary. It's not a big deal. The instructional walkthrough is exactly what you and I are doing right now. The course outline simply tells you how much is everything worth? What's that quiz worth? What's that assignment worth? What's that final exam worth? What about in terms of the whole course? How much is the final exam worth? 50%, 20%? You'll find all that information out on the course outline. Starting here in Math 21 is very important because there's some review work. And let's be honest, when I'm starting Math 20-1, it's quite likely that those Math 10C concepts aren't there. Algebra in particular seems to be an area that students just don't really remember that well, and it is imperative that you understand that. So go through the reviews, print off that formula sheet. It's very important. For any graphing, please click on the Desmos graphing calculator, and it is self-explanatory. You can see that you simply add in whatever you want to graph, and it'll graph it for you. So once you're in the course, you will notice that every unit has a chapter. Now, these chapters belong to the textbook that I was explaining earlier on. It's the textbook that most classrooms in Alberta actually use. So if you want to read a little bit, then watch the video. Videos are all of the green puzzle pieces. So as you click on the green puzzle piece, the lesson will open up. Before you actually start the lesson, I need you to do a couple of things. I need you to print off a note-taking supplement. And basically, this is very straightforward. It tells you, what should I actually be taking notes on? outlines everything. You fill in the blanks. Works really well for you. Then I need you to print off a practice assignment. And by the way, even if you're not at our school full time, you can go to the school, print all of these off, and take them home with you. So you're going to do all of these questions, separate piece of paper. All the answers are actually in two places. One, at the very bottom of every assignment, there are the answers. And if you are more of a visual learner, then you simply hit the practice solutions. And some of them, if not all of them, are also in video format for the actual answers. So once you actually start the course or the lesson, you will be able to stop. Actually, I can show you right now. You'll be able to stop and go back, just in case there's some concepts that you don't understand. So having said that, we'll take a quick peek as soon as this loads. So beginning lesson. If I want, I can go forward. Oops, I didn't get that. And I can move back as well. So this is where you're actually going to use that printout that you did for the actual note-taking supplement, okay? Works really, really well. So in terms of the quizzes, so every lesson has a quiz, and it's demarked by that page with the red check mark. So I'd say most, if not all, have 5 questions. So if it is the case that you're not getting 4 out of 5, and you do get 2 attempts, but if you're not getting 4 out of 5, one of 2 things is occurring. 1, you're guessing, which is not going to get you through this course. Or 2, you just don't get some of the concepts, at which point there isn't a 3rd attempt available to you. At that point, we meet. I try to figure out what it is you aren't understanding. And 2 things are going to happen. You're going to share with me all of the practice questions that you've done, all of the notes that you've taken by scanning and emailing to me. At that point, we can have a discussion. I can say, hey, they seem to be showing up in your notes. You did the practice assignment here correctly. I don't know exactly what it is. So let's go back in and solve this problem. Or you're going to say, well, actually, I didn't take notes and I didn't do any practice assignment, at which point that's what you get to do. Hopefully that makes total sense, because remember, math is simply doing. So that's a few of the things that you need to know about the course. I hope to meet with you before you actually get started. Having said that, very nice meeting all of you, and talk to you very soon. Bye-bye now.